Hi, welcome back to my channel. So previously I've shown how I read in other languages, and I use a piece of software called Learning with Texts. Now that software is a bit difficult to install. It's not the easiest thing to follow. So in this video I'll show you an alternative, which is a free website called readlang.com. So here I'll just give a brief showcase of what you can do, what it's like, the features, and so on.
So here's what you see when you first open the website and you click Start Learning. And you pick the language you want to learn, which in my case is Spanish. And then it will ask you to log in. So once you've logged in my case I've already picked it, but usually it will ask you your native language, so which language you want to translate into, which for me is English, of course. So if we go over to library, we can see all of the texts that other people have uploaded to the website, and it varies entirely depending on the person, depending on the text, and what quality it is. You can change the level if you want, so beginner or advanced. You can choose the genre. Sometimes people upload songs with YouTube videos, but it entirely depends. But for this, I'm going to upload my own text to show you. And you do this just by copying. You can read books this way, you can read articles, you can read anything. So say once you've copied this, you can choose the category and you can make it public or not. If you make it public, you do need to have the uploader permission. You need the copyright. So here I've just imported a random BBC article in Spanish just to show you an example. So this is just how it works. Okay, so how this works is you click on a word and it will show you the definition. And you can do this for any word if you want, like this. Like this. Once you do this, it will have a green underline showing that you are unsure or you've looked it up before. And if you click on it again, you can see the translation and the sentence that you originally saved it as. You can click edit word. So say if you want to change the definition or something like this, you can do that. If you go up here, you can see the dictionary. You can change this website in the settings if you like, but I just leave it as it is. If you click this, you can change the settings of how things look. So you can change the color, you can make it dark if you want. Down here at the bottom, you can change if you want to see highlighted words or not. So if you don't like the green underline, you can change that. Ready to learn means you're unsure of the word, or all the words means all the words you've ever looked up. So if you go to words, it will show you all the list of words that you've saved in this text. You go to edit, you can edit if you like. And you could add a YouTube video if you want. Some people do that for music videos, and you can share it if you like. So this website is free. The only limits you have is you can translate 10 phrases per day. And a phrase is more than one word. So if you do that more than 10 times a day, then you have to pay for premium. And I think this is just to cover the cost of the website. But if you translate single words, I'll give you an example. Say if I think I've already done this. So if I click this, it will say, yes, you've done more than 10. But if you want, you can, I guess, translate that off the website and use another translator. But it just won't save the phrase. So that's the one limitation to this website. You can also, if you want to practice the words that you've saved, you can use flashcards. So say, sabes, you know, I know this. I like, me gusta. Hacerlo, to do it, I guess. Nueva, new, feminine. Yes, you can also save parts of grammar if you want. So say for example, I have existe here. I've saved present he she to tell me which tense and which person it is. But you can do this with anything, any kind of verb. So say, let me look for a verb. I can't find a verb for some reason, like conocí, for example. Conocí, I met. That would be, I can't remember the exact tense. I normally call it distant past, but it's the tense they use most of the time in the past. So you can change. You could say, for example, it would be I, and then maybe distant past. I don't remember the exact term in Spanish. Put a comma there, so you can know the tense. The tense is like pretérito perfecto simple, I think. Anyway, it doesn't matter. So you put down the bits of grammar you want to remember. So say, for example, in that word I was looking up nueva, you have nuevo, which is the masculine form of new. So you can do it for whichever you want to help you remember things. So you can also get a reader, which is basically an extension in your browser. So say if you're on a website and you'd like to use this thing, you'd like to translate words in another language while reading on another website, you can install this. One small problem I don't like about this website is it doesn't work with numbers. So say, for example, here, conocí al hombre de. If I don't know how to pronounce 60, this website doesn't help me at all. It doesn't. I mean, there's no way. There's no with numbers. You don't need to translate, but you need to know how to pronounce them. And what I normally do is I will save the pronunciation, which I'll show you in the program I normally use. So say, for example, I want to know how to pronounce this or to save it. I can listen to it for one. I can listen to the pronunciation like this.
2022.
And I can save that. So I can say 2022, for example. So anytime I see that again, I can see 2022. I don't need to look it up myself. I can listen to it for one, and I can save it, so I know how to pronounce numbers. But you can't do that with Readlang, which is a downside for me.
So this website is just really convenient because you don't have to install anything. There's no complicated setup. You simply select the languages, select your native language, select a text, import a text depending on what you want, and then you can read. And you can use it on the phone. You can use it anywhere. There's nothing to install, and it's just really convenient. I mean, there are only two real downsides, and that's the fact that you can only translate 10 phrases a day, and the fact that you can't see numbers, you can't see the pronunciation of numbers. But other than that, there's almost no downside. So if you'd like to practice learning languages through reading, I would recommend this site. And thanks for watching.